because of my guests are from a land far, far away, and they joined us just for this very special occasion. And we're going to have a great time here. They're going to tell us a bit about the game, about Call of Duty Black Ops 4, especially for PC. And I'm really excited to welcome here on stage in Cologne, John Raffes from Treyarch, Jonathan Moses from Treyarch as well, and Thomas Wilson from Beanox. Hey guys, have a seat.
All right.
Thank you for joining us here at Gamescom 2018 on the 10th anniversary of Gamescom in Cologne.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is. Is this your first Gamescom?
No, my first Gamescom was the last Gamescom in Leipzig.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've been around for a long time.
I have been coming to Gamescoms for a while.
Yeah, but to be honest, I visited it once in Leipzig as well, so please don't tell anyone. And how about you, Jonathan?
This is my first Gamescom.
Are you excited?
I am. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, that's what Gamescom is about,
Yeah.
basically. And Thomas, are you staying the whole week?
Yes. Well, pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
It's my second Gamescom.
This your
Last time
second?
was in 2010 when I was working on Spider-Man games, so it's been a while.
2010, well, that's already 8 years ago.
Yes.
It's pretty much the same.
Well, here we are.
So let's ask the people in front of the stage, who has been with us in 2010? Well, who has been with Gamescom in 2010 already? You. That's awesome. That's 8 years ago.
You and that guy.
That's a long time. Well, I was here as well. So, whatever. Not to talk too much about our ages and being in the industry. And guys, you have something very special for us. We're going to talk about Black Ops 4 for PC. And can you please, John, can you please start introducing yourself with your role and within your team? So what are you doing, basically?
What is it you say you do here exactly? My name is John Raffes. I head up communications at Treyarch, and I am fully committed to helping smart people from saying dumb things on Twitter. So.
Okay. That's one way to
That's
do it.
yes,
Okay.
that's my job.
That's really exciting. And
My name's Jonathan Moses. I am the senior producer at Treyarch, working with the Beanox guys on the PC version of Black Ops 4.
And Thomas, you're from Beanox?
Yes, I'm from Beanox, so back in Quebec City, Canada. So yes, I'm the creative director and also close to the head of the studio. And my role, specifically for the PC version, is to make sure that we deliver a AAA quality PC experience.
That sounds very promising. And you guys brought us a video with an inside look, with a look behind the scenes. And I would say, let's get it rolling.
Sure.
All right.
Roll it.
Do it here.
PC as its own unique platform. Give PC gamers what they deserve.
This version of the game is custom built for the PC, and
PC as its own unique platform. Give PC gamers what they deserve.
this version of the game is custom built for the PC, and I think that's going to show through in every part of it.
We've developed a really strong partnership with Beanox, in addition to Blizzard, who have been tremendously helpful in bringing the game to the Battle.net platform, and that's a first for the franchise.
Those of us at Blizzard have been friends with Treyarch for many, many years. When it came to working on Overwatch, we consulted with Treyarch on a number of features.
It's the first-person shooter Blizzard has ever made, so hearing their advice really helped us build out our game. And it's really exciting that we can welcome them onto the Battle.net platform, because Call of Duty is a cultural landmark.
With all the features of Battle.net, I think it's going to be pretty amazing what Black Ops 4 is going to have to offer.
Is going to be fully integrated with all these social features on Battle.net. You'll be able to add friends, talk with your friends, see them playing other games, party up, and interact with them in-game.
We're going to be able to talk to players across Black Ops 4 into Overwatch, which should be pretty amazing. PC players expect a lot of options. They like to customize their gameplay experience exactly how they want it.
At Beanox, we have a long history of PC development. And so the PC community is always in the back of our minds. we're really talking about making sure that we've delivered on what they wanted.
For the Black Ops games, we've always had dedicated servers, and this game is no exception. They provide the performance and the security that our PC players need.
We are testing on the widest assortment of hardware possible to make sure the largest number of people can play and enjoy Black Ops 4.
We really wanted to tighten up the gunplay mechanics and make the movement system feel as smooth and as responsive as it possibly can.
There also has been a whole redesign of the UI flow, and we have made tweaks to how weapons react.
Things like recoil, weapon knockback, so that for a keyboard and mouse player, it's easy to get back on target. We will have uncapped frame rate. We're going to support 4K, HDR, ultra-wide monitors. It's going to have great scalability options, so everybody will be able to optimize for visual fidelity.
You've seen the team here get rejuvenated and excited by this idea of bringing the game to PC in a much bigger way than we've ever done before.
Big round of applause. And I mean, I'm an FPS player with heart and soul, and I really can't wait to get my hands on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And I mean, this game is specifically tailored towards the needs of PC gamers. And how do you approach a project like this?
Great question for you guys, actually.
Yeah, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what's exciting about this project this time is that we have we have a studio, back in Quebec dedicated to working on the PC version. And we've never had so many people working on it for the first time. What actually brings, it allows Treyarch to be working on, this is better, I guess? Yes?
A bit better.
Okay. So the idea is that it allows Treyarch to focus on creating that great game they're working on, but then at the same time, we can focus on delivering the PC experience that PC gamers want. And so it's constant communication between the two studios, making sure that the work that we do stays in focus with what Treyarch is doing, but at the same time providing all the options that the gamers want.
Yeah, I mean, and also listening to the players. I mean, we got a lot of fantastic feedback during the open beta, and we expect to get even more during the blackout beta and really bring the players what they want.
And I mean, we already heard in the trailer that PC gamers love to tailor the games towards their needs, towards their specific needs, when it comes to graphic options, and of course in-game options like mouse sensitivity and so on. And what features can PC gamers expect from this game?
Well, it's what you said. I mean, it is the wide breadth of customizations. I mean, everything from the controls and the mouse sensitivity and how they want to interact with the specialists to be able to tailor the system specs to meet their hardware. Everything from maximizing performance or maximizing fidelity to whatever suits their needs.
Yes. So there's a lot of features. We're talking about 4K, HDR. We're talking about supporting multiple screens at the same time. Ultra widescreen monitors. I don't know if anybody's seen the game played on a 32:9-inch screen, but it's pretty impressive. So these are all the features, the technical features that we want to support, so that players can, play the way they like it.
Now let's jump back to 2010. Someone telling you that in 2018 you will be introducing a game of this format. What goes through your mind?
It's super exciting. We feel very privileged at Beanox to be working with these guys. I mean, Black Ops has such a heritage, and I think having this opportunity to bring it on Battle.net for the first time is great. It feels great.
And I mean, it is Call of Duty's first year on Battle.net, and we've already heard Call of Duty is a landmark in computer gaming. How proud does it one make? To hear something like that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, and working with Blizzard on the integration of Battle.net with the game has just been a fantastic experience. I mean, everything from just the dedication of the team there, being able to work with their just amazing compatibility lab, be able to test on the widest breadth of hardware again, make sure that we're going to be bringing a great experience to all the players.
And bringing all these pieces together is a really big deal, because there's just there's an incredible amount of game to be played when the game launches on October 12th. Yeah. Everything from from multiplayer to our take on Battle Royale gameplay with Blackout to Zombies, which is like the biggest Zombies experience we've ever had on disc. So there's a lot of game to be optimized for PC, and you bring in another partner like Blizzard, there's just a lot of work to be done, and these guys have been doing it.
Yes.
I mean, let's take a tiny step back. Tell us, what's the purpose of running a beta? What you guys promised yourselves from running a beta?
You know, it really is the feedback. I mean, I think some people may think that it's, you know, it's just a marketing gimmick, but really the data we're able to pull out on weapon performance and spawn rates and specialist balance, all of that is extremely valuable, as well as the feedback. We're reading everything that comes across on Reddit, on Twitter. All of that feedback is brought back to the team and will be put into the next build.
Well, and that's something that the studio's been working really hard on, especially during the multiplayer beta, and you can expect the same for us from the Blackout beta in September, which is, you know, really making sure that we're listening to, feeding back with the feedback that we're getting on Reddit, on Twitter, you know, and you know, keeping track along the way. You can kind of even see updates, modifications that are being made in real time. So all that is being used to make for a better day one experience.
So you're definitely listening to your players because you want them to enjoy the game.
Yes, and I think we're having a conversation. I mean, I think there's a lot of back and forth with the community during the betas, and I think people saw that.
That's amazing.
And I think we've seen this in a video. I mean, it's important to listen to PC gamers in particular, well, to all gamers, but for PC gamers, it's the ability to customize the experience.
Yeah.
So one of our pillars was flexibility, to allow players to really be able to customize the game, you know, the way they like it. And so that means listening to the community to understand what they want and what they expect from a PC game.
To be honest, I had my professional career in a different FPS that I'm not going to mention right now, but I must admit, even in this community, I heard a lot of positive feedback for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for PC, so that's fantastic. And how did you guys receive it?
I mean, the feedback was both very positive and very constructive, which was very nice to see from the
very constructive.
Exactly,
yeah.
that's
very constructive, very articulate feedback. It was great, and like the volume, we could not have asked for a better kind of community response. So.
Awesome. So I already asked around. We had some people playing the beta before, right? How did you like it? Yes, it was good. Was it nice? Right, that's great to hear. And I think, like the trailer right here, we saw it like on the side screens. Are these like players that you invited to your office to play the game?
Most of those were people working on the game.
Oh,
yes.
Actively working while the cameras were panning past, because there's a lot of work to be done.
But how close do you work with the community?
Well, actually, this ties in, what we're looking at ties into the fact that both teams, both studios are playing the game a lot. You know, so we're constantly playing the game, constantly looking at how things are playing out, you know, basically just looking at the things that we can potentially improve. And sometimes it's even hard to stop playing.
Yeah.
Was there something like a key fragment of the feedback you got, like the massive feedback you got, that you took away, like something you knew that you had to directly implement it to your game?
Well, there's so much feedback coming in that, you know, Jonathan was talking about, like, you know, just weapon balancing, you know, spawn rates or like spawn points, these sort of things that we know will eventually go into the
score streaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically a lot of things that we're going to be working on until ship, and even, you know, past the moment the game ships as well.
Of course. And is there something currently sitting on position 1 on your to-do list?
Position 1. There are multiple position 1.
Like the highest possible priority you could tell us about.
Blackout beta.
Blackout beta is next on the list, absolutely. And that is, you know, if you're a PC player, it's live for all on September 15th. So that'll be out soon.
Yes,
So
please join us.
Yeah. And then it's a march toward October 12th. Yes. That's the list.
That's going to be a very exciting time for you guys, right?
Yeah, well, a lot to do.
How does it feel to bring out a game like this? Like, I can, like, I'm a very empathic person, so I can, like...
If I had hair, I wouldn't have hair.
You know, one of the things that we've often talked about is that, like, having the opportunity to make a Call of Duty game is pretty special, because, you know, there it touches a lot of lives, and as a creative professional, it's an opportunity for your work to be seen by millions of people.
Okay.
So, you know, everyone at Treyarch, at Beanox, like they're going the distance to make sure that, you know, they do the absolute best work of their careers.
And we have also new modes implemented in the game. Want to tell us something?
It's entirely possible that you may see a boat in Blackout, so prestige worldwide.
What does that mean?
I'll let Kelvin fill you in on that.
All right, it's confirmed. Got to see it. And I mean, tell us about a mode people talked a lot about during the beta, Heist. What's it about?
Oh, Heist. So I'm going to try to do my level best here, and hopefully Matt Schrantz will approve. So at the beginning of a match, you've got two teams that start off opposite sides of the match, and you've got to make it to the middle to get this bag of cash, this loose bag from a heist. And you've got to take that bag, you've got to get it to the extraction zone, hook it up to a helicopter, and get it out. Round-based, best of 3, but along the way, as you are able to sort of kind of essentially earn score, you're earning money within this in-game economy that allows you to go into your own sort of heist shopping center and pick up, you know, some new gear to rig you out for round after round.
Great, it sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, we see the footage on stage, and how much fun does it make to you?
Well, people have had a great time with this. I mean, at the end of the day, being involved in a heist in one way or another is on everybody's bucket list, you know. So people have had a really good time. A lot of great feedback during the beta.
Okay, so another mode, a very popular mode, was Control.
Sure. Again, there's probably a small team of people that are like on me right now. Two teams opposite sides of the match, or opposite sides of the map. One is tasked to attack, one is tasked to defend 2 areas. Again, round-based, but the thing that really brings a new twist into Control is that each team has a designated number of lives. Okay. So you kind of, there's this decision-making point into the gameplay loop again, where you have to kind of stop and think about how you're going to approach the next spawn.
Okay, that's exciting. I don't think that I actually saw it in the game just yet.
I don't know if you'll see it pop up here in this video, but you know, it gives you pause to consider your future as a bullet sponge.
Yeah. We'll just add to that sort of that ground-based tactical feel of the game, the teams working together.
Of course, because it's not about the single person, it's about the team, and I think that works on a team mechanic as well.
Very much.
Actually, that's a great point, because you know, some of the design principles involved in multiplayer are really trying to providing a more tactical experience, but also a more team-based experience that sort of inspires communication among team members.
Right, but I think, do you want to add something to that?
No, I
okay, because I'm very excited right now, because I know what's coming next. We're allowed to show you the worldwide premiere of the PC trailer here on Gamescom 2018. And I would say, let's have a look.
Let's check it out.
Let's do it live. Enemy strike team deploying.
Copy that, Han 1-3.
That's worth one big round of applause,
There you
if
go.
you ask me.
So much 4K and USK safety all
Unbelievable.
on one
Absolutely
time.
stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful, and I really can't wait to see it myself.
Yeah, it is. And on top of that, of course, you have all the gameplay features that you can play with, you know, and your settings. So you can completely play with the keyboard settings, play with the mouse sensitivity, adjust your field of view. You can play with how you want to play each specialist. So there are multiple options, multiple gameplay options you can play with to get it just the way you like it.
Yeah, and hopefully everybody can check it out this week at the Asus booth.
Okay, so you know where to go. At the weekend, I allow you 1 hour
Jonathan,
off.
if one was so
Check it
inclined
out.
to look at go to the Asus booth, is there a new map that they would see?
There is.
Oh, what a surprise.
What?
Oh, yes. We have the new Arsenal map playable at Gamescom for the first time.
Yes.
Nice. So guys, you know what to do. Go check it out, get your hands on the game, test it yourself, and maybe get into the beta on September the 15th.
There you go.
And I'll do it as well, and I'll let you know my feedback. I'm really excited to try myself. And but let's talk about the other mode of the game, zombies. You already mentioned it at the start of our conversation, if I'm not mistaken. You said something about zombies, so what is it about?
Well, I mean, you kind of go back to sort of the 10-year journey.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably a good place to hit on that, too. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were in San Diego at Comic-Con celebrating all things zombies, most especially the 10-year anniversary of zombies.
Okay.
2008's World at War. It appeared as an unlockable Easter egg and has blossomed from this standalone little experience to what is nothing short of a complete lifestyle. And this time for Black Ops 4, the Zombies team is bringing it. You've got 3 different on-disc experiences. You've got Rick, Toph, Dempsey, Nikolai, Takiao making an appearance in Blood of the Dead. And then you have a cast of 4 new characters that are making an appearance in 2 other stories, 9, and a sweet coming-of-age tale called Blood of the Dead, which takes players to the Titanic.
That's Voyage of Despair.
Yes.
What's that?
Voyage of Despair.
Oh, what did I say?
You said Blood of the Dead.
Wait, this is Voyage of Despair. Let me tell you about my Voyage of Despair.
That's what he said, right?
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. So, and another mode is, of course, Blackout.
Yeah.
The very first Battle Royale mode on Call of Duty. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, if you're, I think that some of the biggest things here is that, Blackout brings to bear what is, a long heritage of Black Ops history. So, from Woods, the Masons, to the Specialists, to some of the Zombies characters, you're going to be able to come into Blackout and experience everything that Blackout has to offer, and including, maybe a boat along the way. But you'll have vehicles. I mean, really, if we see an opportunity to bring something special to the Battle Royale space with all of the heritage that Black Ops offers.
All right, that sounds really exciting. How did you get the idea of? How did it happen? How did it happen? Who's responsible for that?
I think there were a lot of things that kind of came into play, but we saw it as a real creative opportunity. Again, we have so much to bring to bear to a Battle Royale kind of experience that this was just really fertile ground for us to kind of put our stamp on it.
That's super exciting. And the Blackout Beta?
The Blackout Beta, if you are a console player, you'll be able to play PlayStation first on September 10th. PC open to all by the 15th.
That's super exciting. So guys, pull out your calendars and put it in there. You don't want to miss it. And I mean, well, it's just exciting to see a game develop over the course of how many years? How many years has Call of Duty been a part of our gaming landscape? Sorry.
What was your first Call of Duty games? Or what was the first Call of Duty game?
It would have to be Call of Duty 2.
Yeah?
It was the first game, yeah. Yep.
So
I've been playing since the first.
All of them?
Yeah.
Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 was my first Call of Duty game. So, been playing for a while.
How many years in total?
Technically, I think that's 13.
13 years, something around that. So over a decade of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, we rarely see games survive that long in an environment like we have. Games come and go, but Call of Duty stayed over the past 13, 14, 15 years. But how do you achieve that? What goes into creating a game that lasts that long?
Well, first and foremost, the fans that play it. The game, whether multiplayer or zombies, the reality is that, we wouldn't have the chance to do what we do if it weren't for our community of fans. But also, it's really Call of Duty, and especially even within the Black Ops series, there's been ample opportunity to kind of bring new things to the fold each game and continue to experiment with what it means to play a Call of Duty game. And you know, that's another reason why you see something like Blackout and Black Ops 4, because it is a very welcome opportunity to do something brand new.
That's super exciting. I mean, that's the perfect closing for this panel. Because, I mean, I could ask you guys for hours about this game and what to expect from it. And I mean, we're going to try it ourselves on September the 15th.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the beta.
Yep.
And then it will be released on
October 12th. Yes. But we, if I may, we probably couldn't close it out without saying thank you to everyone back at the studio in Santa Monica and the team back at Beanox for everybody's hard work.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. So big round of applause for John Raffes, Jonathan Moses from Treyarch, and Thomas Wilson from Beanox, who made all the way to Cologne. Thank you so much, guys. This is your applause. Und ihr habt es alle gehört, ihr könnt am Wochenende das Spiel selber ausprobieren. Ich hoffe, ihr macht das auch fleißig. Danach kommt ihr aber sofort wieder, hoffentlich. Ja? Ich freue mich auf
You can grow into success with no regrets when you work with Dr. Boom.
Come add your skills to my team at Boom Laboratories.
When you work with Dr. Boom.
Apply now.
Angels can still feel fear.
Welcome to Blizzard at Gamescom 2018, everybody.
Oh, we are in the Hearthstone Tavern. Ho ho! Pull up a chair.
Is that the innkeeper?
That is the
I hear?
innkeeper.
Oh
yeah.
my god, you did a really good
I
job.
auditioned. They never went with me in the end.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, you nailed it right off the bat. I'm excited for today. We have a ton of stuff to talk about.
So much stuff. In fact, just the whole week. This week we've got the dance contest, always a good one. We've got the cosplay contest, which is fantastic.
One of your favorites.
Definitely up there. But as we now know, on Friday, we got the Warbringers Ashara piece.
Yes.
Premiering live on this stream. I cannot wait.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in on Friday. Now, of course, if you're here at Gamescom, the Blizzard booth has a ton of new Blizzard content. If we're just talking StarCraft 2, we've got the new co-op commander, Thijs, who I got...
It's about time.
Man, you're just full of
Exactly. They didn't go
impressions.
with me on him either, actually.
Well, we of course have him, and we also have the new expansion for WoW. So if you guys haven't checked out Battle for Azeroth, you can come check it out here at the booth. And we even have Overwatch, the new Busan map, which just got revealed today, so everyone's going to want to play that. But if not, you can play Lucio Ball, which is the new summer game event.
Which we are both really good at.
Really
honestly.
good.
Yeah. Heroes of the Storm, they've got the Hanamura rework, is exclusively playable here at Gamescom. Obviously, Boomsday Project is out. Puzzle Labs came out last night. I've been playing them all day. And
Practicing.
I've cleared like 4 of the puzzles. I'm terrible. You have to use your brain. I don't like that.
It's going to be interesting to see how you do.
Well, that's right, because later on I'm going to be facing off against Thijs, the 2-time European Hearthstone champion. He's going to help me build a deck and then humiliate me with a pre-made whiz-bang, the wonderful deck.
I have
So we'll
confidence in you.
Obviously, one final thing we do have playable here is Diablo 3 on Switch.
Yes.
It's finally happened.
I know.
I'm
Everybody's
excited.
excited for that. Actually, there's also the Video Games Live event, which is coming soon. That, for me, is a first, so I'm very excited to see that. I've heard so many great things about VGL.
They are so good. It genuinely is way better than any of my headphones or speakers. I've never heard the sounds in games sound as good as they do when they're played by those guys.
I cannot wait to see
You also got a chance to sit down with Ko Milka, didn't you?
I
and
did,
learn
yes.
all about the newest addition to Heroes of the Storm.
That's right. The Lord of Hatred himself, Mephisto. We got to hear, well, I got to speak to Ko all about his new abilities and, of course, everything that's new to Heroes of the Storm and the Hanamura map. So you're going to find out more about that very soon. But yeah, we all saw today the Diva animated short.
Yeah.
I got very verklempt. I was very emotional watching that. What about you?
It ticked all the boxes for me. There's some fantastic sort of action moments. You know, everything was bang.
Yeah, but we don't want to spoil too much, of course,
no.
so we're going to have that for you coming up on the live show. And right now we're going to go to you competing, going off against
go
Thijs.
play against Thijs.
Best of luck. If you need anything,
I think I'm going to need more than luck.
Okay, I'll be cheering you on the sidelines.
Cool. If you could get me, I don't know, if you could accidentally like spill a drink on his keyboard.
Oh yeah, I'll bring you
that might
some
help.
water.
I might win.
Bring you some water.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, hi there.
My favourite moment from last year's HGG
Was when Amnesiac wearing all-American clothing at the finals.
When New Zealand beat Australia.
when the Philippines beat Germany.
Well played!
What's my favourite number? 30.
30.
30. Pasta? Yeah, definitely 30.
And the pizza. My 30 favourite card?
That's too much.
You what, mate?
30 cards right now?
I have to play.
The global games are all about
national pride,
team spirit,
cheering for Germany,
great community of friends and family.
For your winners, Czech Republic.
This year, Czech Republic doesn't stand a chance against Sweden.
They don't even stand a chance.
Spain has a really good chance to beat them this time.
What makes the US such great Hearthstone players?
Playing smart.
French players love to play different decks.
What does Belgian Hearthstone players have in common?
Pride?
To the global games!
Hey there, I'm Dr. Boom. I live to build things. Bombs mostly. So come work with me and we'll create all kinds of new inventions. Bombs mostly.
Science! You can grow into success with no regrets when you work with Dr. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Technology!
You can work with the best and the brightest when you work with Dr. Boom.
Ginormous mechanical pneumatic gorilla robot arms for smashing everything. Giant.
What he said. Yeah. Work with Dr. Boom.
Come add your skills to my team at Boom Laboratories. We're exploding with opportunity.
Dr. Boom is not responsible for severed, exploded, or lost body parts. Revealing location of semi-secret lab is punishable by death.
Apply now.
Welcome back to Blizzard at Gamescom. I'm joined by Thijs. You are the 2-time European Hearthstone champion. And what's more, you're a personal hero of mine.
Yeah.
I'm excited to actually sit down with. You're not a legendary card, but you're a legendary Hearthstone player.
Aww.
And so I'm bigging you up because I want you to go easy on me later. Because what we're going to do now.
Okay.
This is my tactic, at least. So we are going to construct a deck in the Boomsday project, and then we're going to have a little friendly duel with said deck, and you are going to play with a Whizbang the Wonderful.
Oh, but these decks are good too,
They
man.
are pretty good. They are. So. In fact, I should establish that they are really competitive, and thusly, if I lose to the 2-time European champion, I'm still probably, I'm up there. I'm up there, definitely. I may be like a 1-time European champion. Got that skill potential.
Give it a try.
Oh,
Give it
maybe.
a try,
well,
maybe.
after today, we'll see. So building decks in Hearthstone, how many decks do you build, let's say, in a week?
Well, when the new expansion hits, it's like you can put a lot of creativity in the deck building, and I make like 3 decks a day. So that's like 21 decks almost a week if I stream fully.
See, already that math, that's what's coming into play in this game.
But when the expansion settles a little bit more down, I start to more focus on what, because I like to create decks, but I also like to win. So it has to win too, and then it starts to just come down to 1 or 2 decks a day. So very often.
So what are you seeing in the meta at the moment? What is the most prevalent sort of decks out there, and then what are the counters?
Now with the Boomsday, Druid has definitely was already popular, but has even risen up a little bit more. So it's the meta. Druid is not like overwhelming, but it's the meta is a bit made around it. Some decks are just having a little bit of a hard time with Druid in the meta. But also a lot of more anti-aggro techs now with the Boomsday. We have the Giggling Inventor, what probably a lot of people already cannot hear anymore with all the Annoyatrons. So
all the time.
So there is already a lot of switching, but it's really early meta now. It shifts still day by day a little bit, but it's very mid-rangey control.
And do you excel in that sort of archetype, or are you more of an aggro guy, more of a control guy? What would you?
This is definitely one of my metas. Like, I've been enjoying Hearthstone a lot over the past half a year. Before that, I had to sometimes play uncomfortable decks a bit for me that were very aggressive. But now I can, I play the control mirrors, and I just feel at my place at my home, it's like complete value town sometimes. So I just make the most greediest play I can make. My deck's very greedy. I love it.
Have you tried APM Priest yet?
I tried it a little bit, but that's a deck that sometimes stresses me out too. So it's not that easy, man.
It's tough. Dog makes it look so easy, but it really isn't.
It's like if you practice, like you just have to practice it 10 times. It's going completely wrong, but when you have the first combo a little bit settled down, you can kind of do the first piece of it a little autopilot.
Yeah, maybe.
So
maybe you can.
10 times.
10 times.
10 times.
Okay.
Turps, give it a try.
I'll do it 20 times, and then maybe. I've been finding with Puzzle Labs came out last night, and they're tough. Some of them.
How far did you get?
So I've cleared all bar the board control once. I just need to do board control, and then I've done.
Oh wow, that's already very fast and far.
Yeah, I've been doing it all day though.
I've been doing it also all day today.
Okay,
so
okay, we'll see. If you want to load up the collection, let's just dive in. Is it on this one? Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to be clicking. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, already I feel
it's your deck, right?
I know.
Oh, you have to delete a deck of me first, though.
Okay, which one are you most proud of?
Oh, the bottom one.
Yeah, this one. Can I delete this?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, it's gone.
It was the worst
Is this
one.
your
It was my worst one. Yeah, it's mine account.
Oh, hang on. Where's the crafting? Here we go.
Oh my! No! Come on.
Okay, right. New deck. Right. Firstly, hero. Obviously, there's 9.
What are you looking for? I mean.
So I like playing more. I play a lot of mage and paladin.
Okay.
I think Warlock, obviously with Mecha Jaraxxus, is quite tempting, just because he's got all new emotes, and that is a very important part of the game. But I don't know. I'm open. I want you to shower.
And do you want to like have a lot of more new Boomsday inclusions?
I
do
think
you
that'd
look
be fun.
for?
I think that'd be good. Yeah.
Like there is a lot of more mech paladin mid-rangey deck that you might like a lot. Well, it's pretty new.
Okay. Let's try that then. That's good. We'll go with paladin. We've got Arthas unlocked. Well done.
Yeah, come on. You have to get the Winston.
Okay, and we'll just click on. No, we'll go custom deck.
No, don't go with these.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what you're gonna get when you have Whizbang, isn't it? He's gonna give you one of those.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for then with a mid-range mech paladin?
So, if we look at what has been revealed for Paladin out of this expansion, we can like start here with typing mech. This is the new legendary spell for the Paladin, Kangors, and it's a super strong spell where you resurrect 3 mechs. But if you magnetic them, they get bonuses in the resurrecting.
Right.
So it's a very strong card. So that's definitely something that you wanna have and build your deck a bit around. Putting some of the good ones in. So their meta has been also a lot with eggs around. It's very hard to deal with it because yeah, the Hearthstone, it doesn't have that much silence. So the best way is probably to go a little bit with mechs, at least the good mech parts of it.
Right. Okay.
So this card can maybe fit in here.
I've been fighting him a lot in Puzzle Labs. That one fight with.
And the cool thing is you can, for example, also play a meat wagon.
Exactly. Fantastic for pulling out. Some
and
of
it's a mech.
Yes.
And it puts out the egg. So
and we can magnetic it, maybe pull something out. I don't want to do that.
It can be. Yeah, it's not a normal magnetic meat wagon. You want to let the meat wagon die, and then you want to what comes out.
Does it ever mess up our Kangors?
Yes, a little bit, but as long as you, it should normally be fine. Like it's very. You might also want to play Giggling Inventor, and then you have Annoyatrons. But yeah, it messes also a little bit up.
I see. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to get less of Annoyatrons. So Ziliax, you just put in there.
Ziliax is definitely a card you want to put in there.
Ziliax is phenomenal, and you've got a golden one. Did you unpack that? Or did you
do you know when I opened the Hearthstone client when Boomsday opened?
Yeah.
We all get if you pre-order, you get a
golden
golden legendary. And I got the Ziliax, so
oh,
I was a lucky one.
That is very lucky. I feel a little bit. I didn't get a Ziliax.
And now, so this is like, I think, the package you should go for, but it's like very on the mech side.
Let's just go back through there. So what we've got, so Glowtron is a 1/3 magnetic mech.
It's one of like
just
best
super
cards.
solid. Exactly. A stat line at 1 mana, we've got 1 attack, 3 health, and magnetic and mech. It's,
yeah.
You know, it's
really like one of the best cards revealed out of the expansion.
Really powerful. And then we've got Bronze Gatekeeper. So just a nice taunt. And are we using this more as a magnetic card than a, you know?
In Paladin, there is not that like it's very important that you have magnetic when you want to go on the egg, and it just stacks up. It's also sometimes it's just an like a +1/+5 in attack way. You can use it as a charge even, or as an extra trade way. But I will definitely fill the deck now with very solid Paladin cards, and that should be something maybe you also can know a little bit about.
Okay, well, probably not, but we'll see. We'll just keep going through. So Annoya module is basically a more powerful Annoyatron with magnetic, I guess.
Yeah, and magnetic Divine Shield is very good. Like if you compare this to Blessing of Kings, what is a very card that has been in Hearthstone for a long time. This is kind of in a way a Blessing of Kings, but it can also just be a 4-mana 2/4, what is fine. And it gives Divine Shield in a way.
Yeah, which is great for trading.
It's a way more flexible Blessing of Kings and just a bit quite better.
Okay, and so the Meat Wagon we already established is going to be great for pulling out the eggs. So the egg Death Rattle is an 8/8 Robosaur.
One thing to be a little bit maybe care of is if you buff the Meat Wagon too much, it can buff other things than the egg. It's suddenly
it's going to start pulling out, you know, like Annoying modules.
Yeah, or a Bronze Gatekeeper, or a Goliathron, or whatever you put in the deck.
I see. So we don't really want to do that. Giggling Inventor, obviously. So this is going to spawn 2 Annoyatrons with it.
Yes.
And so Kangors could pull those.
Yes, so there is a little bit of thinking sometimes where you need, in the matchups where you need the value a lot of like getting, then you just don't play this card maybe.
Okay.
But he's so strong that you, even in this deck, probably want to have at least one.
Okay, that makes sense. And then War Gear, obviously a 5-mana 5/5 magnetic is basically Kings. Or a mech.
Or a 5-mana 5/5 if you have nothing on board. That's the strong part about these cards. It's in the worst case, it's still a solid minion instead of a card you kind of can't play because
you're
it's a
waiting
spell.
for a body to put a spell on. So then Ziliax is, I guess, what we hope we get back from Kangors, along with.
And the best is if you have it already on something.
Like with a War Gear on top of it or something like that. That lifesteal would be very nice. So that's our mech package, and we're not going to add any more mechs at this point now. We're just looking at...
You can maybe have like a little bit flex spots where you put in some more mechs, but it also weakens the deck a bit in your Kangors way, that it's probably are the main... They are getting very weak. You want mainly be focused on the magnetic, I think.
Okay. So let's go through and have a look at the Paladin cards. We've got plenty of time, so we can dive in a bit deeper in some of these choices. So what are we going to add next?
So what is very powerful about Paladin is the basic core of the how cheap it can be to have very good clears in Paladin. Paladin has with equality probably one of the cheapest and best cards to put your opponent so low on the board. Consecration, I think, is just one of the best. Also a very strong card, and that combination together, it works also great. So I think that is these are cards you directly look at.
Okay, so there we go. Equality, golden, obviously. 2 or 1? What do you think?
I will go 2 with equalities.
Two equalities.
You wanna?
And then consecrate. I've gone past it. Consecration 2.
Yeah, I will say 2.
So 2 of those. And that's pretty good. Consecration, obviously, because it hits also the enemy hero if they got taunts in the way and are on low health. It's a potential win condition occasionally. Right, what else do you think we're looking for?
I think if you play with a lot of these mechs and the eggs on 4 and the meat wagons on, or the meat wagon on 4 and the egg on 5, it can be very nice to have maybe a Spiker Steed as an 6-drop.
So 6, yeah.
It's an you get a lot of stat lines for this. So it's a very nice card, and the card next to the Steed is probably one of the best out of the earlier expansions revealed.
Tarim, obviously, Tarim is spectacular. So if we Spiker Ridge Steed one of our mechs and Kangors brings it back, it keeps the buff?
No.
Or it's just the magnetic additions?
It's just the magnetic additions.
Okay.
So I will probably maybe just say go it as a one-off if you...
Okay, so we'll go for 1 Spiker Ridge Steed and Tarim.
Yeah, I will say Tarim is
Tarim's great in terms of... It's almost like a mini-ish equality at times, like if you've got something on the board.
Or an aggressive one, so it can be used very aggressive
to buff your board up, especially with even Paladin.
So let's look at the curve, because that's something that you sometimes should look at too if you go to the top.
Right,
then you're like, where is there maybe a little bit space we need something?
I see. This is good deck building advice here, because normally all I do is Control V. I just paste
Control C, Control V.
That's the way I like to build my decks. I've played a few of yours. They've been okay from time to time.
Sometimes
put some nice recipes out there. I look at you and I think, that's he's a good chef when it comes to baking up some wins. So we're looking now on the we're looking a bit light on 3 mana.
Yes.
So what 3 mana are we? Again, we're sticking class cards.
So
Peacekeeper?
We can stick to class cards, and Peacekeeper is a great card.
Yeah.
So I will definitely say that's a very good card to put in as a 2-up.
2 of those.
And probably I would say Stonehill Defender is a card in Paladin because of all the very good taunts you have in Paladin.
Yeah, because you're more likely to pull class cards from Discovers. So
very often it's just a 3 mana that can give you a Tarim, give you
it is 3, isn't it? That's why I'm looking at the wrong bit. Here we go.
And I think the 3 mana slot is for Paladin very important. If you have a very weak turn on turn 3 as a Paladin, you fall very behind.
Okay, so just the 1 or 2?
I would say 2.
2.
And then you have like at least quite some good part in the early game.
Okay.
So now you can make a little bit decision what you want to make out of this Paladin. Do you want to maybe have it as a control, and then you can maybe consider Doomsayers? Do you want to have Loot Hoarders to add additional draw? You can even think of Call to Arms if you want, for example.
So Call to Arms, what will it pull out of this? Because Call to Arms now...
Well, not much yet, but if you will put in Rightness Protectors and Loot Hoarders and maybe another 2-drop, then it's suddenly...
Suddenly it's got something it can pull out.
Then you got a little bit more of an proactive mid-range active deck, I think.
Okay.
But you can also take a more control approach.
With a view that I'm going up against, probably, let's say hypothetically, a whiz-bang deck. See, there's a variety of different decks, but they chiefly are mid-range control.
Yes.
What do you reckon we should put in for best opportunity of beating whomever we were to go up against?
But they are very different from each other, the whiz-bang decks sometimes. Some are very reactive, some are very proactive. I think also maybe True Silver is still a very good card to add in.
Yep.
If we don't want to... Because I think it's also a little bit costly if you put too many early cards in. But I think you are passing now too much on 2 because you don't even have a 2-drop. And I mean, hero powering is not bad for Paladin, but I think card draw can be a little bit of an issue in this deck.
So what would you look at for...
So there is a new card, Christology, revealed, what some people also use as a one-off.
Okay.
It's something you can consider because
two one-attack minions, so that would be potentially Bronze Gatekeeper, could be a Meat Wagon, could be
Stonehill. So it's
Stonehill,
very often 3 mana, 4 mana, what you also can get out of it.
It's not bad for 2 mana, is it?
So it's not a card you want to probably play as a 2-off, that might be a bit too much, but just as a 1-off having some draws.
Looks really nice there as well, really pretty. I like the artwork.
And it's a new card.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
like
put
a
that
bit
new
of
card
new
in.
Okay, so we've got 4 last slots. We're looking, pretty nice and even. Do you think we need any more late game? We think we're sorted.
Like normally mechs can do very, very strong in the late game. You can add an like that's the great thing about Stonehill the Vendor too. You can like pick a little bit towards late game. You can put in one more. You can put in a
Tyrion.
Like it's something that I like. One more greedy card is fine.
I like Tyrion just purely because obviously of his entrance music. That gets
the
me
fade
fired
in
up.
the light. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Put your face on the light. Exactly. That's all I want. That's all I want from a card is just to be inspired.
It's also very important. I say that so often that people go with cards they like to play with, or also go with decks because that's the decks you're the best with. You're the best with the decks that you enjoy playing and also that you have been playing with.
I guess so. Yeah, and I think once you've got your kind of head around win conditions and kind of when you want to play cards where you get the most value from those cards, I think that's the thing looking at this is where I might come unstuck is not getting the right magnetic stick on the right thing. So that's something I'm
play it on the left.
Play it on the left. Well, no, to get the
that's like step one.
That's the dream. Follow the animation. Okay, so we have 3 slots left. So maybe you're thinking some 2-drops, or are we looking at a couple more mid-rangey stuff, or maybe even some like early stuff? Like, would secrets mess you up?
Yeah, secrets are a little too weak, I think,
you
to play on themselves. Yeah, it doesn't do. You can maybe add like one more mech. You can add another True Silver still. Is also kind of okay.
Let's go for another True Silver, and then for a mech, have you got anything you think of? Like, oh, if I can type properly, that would help.
So all the good ones are already there.
Ones. Goblin Bomb. Not really
Goblin Bomb is kind of weak.
Galvanizer, I don't really need to. They're quite cheap to begin with.
The cheapness is not the problem.
Let's see.
I think a little bit later, somewhere at 4 or 5, you might wanna.
Okay, so an Explodinator.
It can be okay because it can also work with Terran, that your bombs suddenly become like.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, you get 2 3/3s. Or we've got double the damage and healing of my hero power. So those 1/1s, they would probably come in and say 4 armsmen or something like that. What are you feeling?
Let's see, what do we have?
Rusty Recycler?
So this can also still work a little bit. It's a little greedy. It's just like another egg that can be very powerful. I think even another Giggling Inventor can work.
Okay.
So that can be something.
So we've got 1 more spot left, and then we've got to play each other. Have you got an account logged in? Are you ready to play?
Well, this is my account, so
I'm
not sure what.
We're going to have to see how we play each other. It might be that we just queue in and you can just advise me on how to.
Valanir can also be a very good card together with like some mechs and with Rush too, if you have like ways to get Rush in. So Valanir can be a cool card if you like that weapon. If you are a weapon fan.
I mean, well, I do like weapons. We've got obviously 2 True Silvers already, but
as long as you're not playing Uther, I think it's fine. If you play Uther and True Silvers and then Valanir, that's a little bit too much.
Too many weapons. You might as well play a warrior. Come on, pick your class. Stick with it. Okay, so we do that, and then we're going to name this. I'll just call it Gamescom. Gamescom. Boop. There we go, and that is done. Right. So I don't think we can actually play each other on the same account, can we?
I don't think so either.
I don't think we've got another one set up.
A little bit complicated. But somebody should have maybe an account and can give me a whiz.
Do you want to play on my phone?
If you have an...
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to do this super professional. I'll just go from here.
True Hearthstone player has Hearthstone on the phone. That's awesome.
You can add yourself on there.
Oh, on the Battle.net.
Yeah,
of course. Let's do it.
And while you've got that phone, if you do want to have a look at some of the puzzle labs and maybe solve a few, That's
All
fine.
right.
I won't tell
sure,
anyone.
Sure.
No one will know.
The
It's
APM
fine.
priest one is probably a little annoying, right?
Which one?
The APM priest.
Oh,
puzzles.
that one. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let's see. You want to just add yourself on there? Cool. I can accept on here, and then it's all on though. Here we go.
All right.
Come through here.
Ah, look
That's
at
me.
that one.
How do I accept on here?
At the top.
At the top, is it?
And then at friends
Oh, I see.
request,
There you go.
and then go look.
All the way. I try and find me. Very popular, Thijs. Here we go. Tick. There we go. Right. It's on.
All right.
You challenge me if you go
So
into...
do you have a whiz-bang
I
deck
do
ready?
have a whiz-bang deck.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I've been practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, you just do it on there.
There we are.
Standard jewel. Okay, it's on. Here
All
we go.
right.
No pressure, okay?
No pressure, huh? Ah, the whiz boy. The whiz boy.
Okay, yeah, you know straight away.
The
Okay.
whiz boy. Oh.
Here we go. Okay.
I have some preferences. Let's see what class we were getting.
Yeah,
here.
that's the thing. It's always interesting
It's
because
all-
obviously
you
you
never
don't
know.
know what you're queuing into either. So here you go, priest.
Priest. Ooh.
Oh, this could be a bit APM-y. Let's see. Okay, now that we're using the honor system here. You're not allowed to look up at the screen.
No, I know. I'm gonna play it fair. I'm gonna give you an. Oh, I have such a sick opener.
Okay.
I'm not making you uncomfortable here.
So
it's fine.
hashtag Turps or hashtag Thijs. People can vote in the chat and they can say who they think's going to win.
Okay.
Now, I don't think there's a prize, sadly, but I think that I am quite fragile and would appreciate people picking me. Yeah, I think that's fair. No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, straight away. Wow. Woo. Straight in already.
Yeah.
It's just ready to go.
Cleric on one.
Okay, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. And I'm not going to put a dude down, coin him out. You just heal up, you get more cards. That's not helping anyone.
I am going in
Oh.
Turps. Let me think.
This is not
Do we do it
good.
there?
Oh, what's this about? Okay. So I think I just need to see what we can get.
Oh.
I'll do this. Okay. We'll see.
What is
Okay.
this?
I need a lot more hashtag Turps in chat. I think there's just a lot of Fs in chat right now. People pay respects to my impending loss already at turn 3.
I think I'm going in a little bit here.
Oh, wow. You ready to go already? Is this... Oh, no extra arms. And then you're getting more arms. Oh, my lord. Look at this. What's happened here? Okay. Let's see. What do I want to take? I guess...
I like this deck.
I'm going to do this. Well, all it shows is just that Whizbang's a better deck builder than you if you win. Like, I would think, if anything, you'd want me to win just to prove how good you are at building decks. But, oh, more arms? You don't need any more arms. You've got enough arms.
I don't see my arms yet.
This guy's
there,
got
the
like
arms
2
go.
arms, even more arms. This one's got arms.
It's a little bit... There we go. Phase it there. Value healing.
I'll get you draw a card as well.
There we go.
Right. This is...
Well, you need that equality soon.
Yeah, I do. I don't have it.
Okay, that helps a lot already. But I had a very aggressive opener.
Yeah, yeah, it's not looking good. I've got some cards that can hopefully slow things down a bit. And we just have to see if I can manage to claw it back.
This turn is slightly awkward. This is fine.
Oh, okay.
Works as well. Another Yeti.
Okay. Right, here we go.
Ah.
Right, apparently 60% of people out there have picked you already. Yeah.
That's 40. That's like very split.
That's not. That's 60-40. That's assuredly in your favor. Okay.
Well, let's get some cards.
Oh,
With
no.
Vera. Or do we do it on? Might actually do it here. Double trading.
Okay.
Where do I play my Divine Spirit?
This is very much like at Puzzle Labs right now. This is what it feels like.
Well, with Annoyatrons on the board, there's always a little puzzle.
Okay, wow. Here we go. Really, really putting all your eggs in one basket there. Oh, people are coming back now. People are thinking that I'm going to win. I feel like they've all made a terrible mistake. Okay.
Well, if you have an equality here, I have a little refill, but
I'm just trying to think of what can I do against this 10-9. I think I'm going to do this.
That seems pretty decent.
And I'm just trying to think of. I think I just leave 10-9. And I deal with the card draw.
Leaving 10-9.
And we're just going to go with that. I just got to hope you can't get through.
So
that
I think
6-5, 6-7 even.
It's all hard to play the Shadow Visions when you don't know what's in your deck.
No, exactly. And that's the interesting thing.
Normally I know what's in my deck, but now I'm like, I actually don't know.
Okay, let's have a look. You've got a huge amount of value having this this Radiant Elemental on the board for so long. Just discounting all your spells. Look at that. Another free card. Free card draw.
Is someone injured?
Oh. You get the draw from the Cleric as well on the hill. This is not looking
Let's start with a draw.
Let's see what you get. It's like the equivalent of tapping first. Here we go. Let's see. Okay.
I have a Murloc in the deck.
Yeah, here we go. A Murloc in essence, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, let's see what you got on the board. You've got 14 damage on the board. I'm on 13. I need to put a taunt up. I'm going to go with that. And this. And that. And just go face, because I don't think there's much coming back from this. But another Divine Shield. There's Divine Shields just slow you down. That 10 doesn't matter. It could be 1,000. Doesn't matter when you're hitting that Divine Shield.
You have good. I made your deck, so you.
Yeah, exactly. I got.
You have good cards, so I'm gonna fast steal.
Some really good. Oh no! Oh no! Now you have good cards. That's exactly what I did.
That was my plan all along.
Is that what it was?
That was my plan all along. No, we don't do that. We don't do that either. We gotta do this, right? It's just too good.
Okay, here we go. Shadow Man. Oh no! Oh, my own dude, A2 Brute.
Does this actually work if I do this? Do I then get a 1/1? Oh, a year, look.
With charge as well.
There's charge. There we go.
Do you keep the 2/1? I think you do at the end of this turn, or do I get both?
No, you get it back.
Oh, but
you get it back. You get it back.
Yeah, I won't, because you killed me. So there we go. Fantastic. Well, it turns out, Thijs, you're not that good at building decks, evidently. Or
maybe I'm just a very reasonable player.
Well,
I think people always say, like at Hearthstone, it's also important you play very well.
I thank you. Did I? Did I play well?
Yeah, overall. No, you did. You did.
The cards, I just didn't have the cards at the end of the day.
Yeah, but Priest against Paladin is always a little hard for Paladin. Like with my Clerics, you already get a little bit wrecked at turn 1 if you don't have a Doomsayer.
Exactly. And we didn't put Doomsayer in the deck.
And I have to say, I'm a little bit of a good opener, but I did. It was pretty good opener.
You did
I
pretty
played
well.
a Miracle Priest, and it was very miracle from the start on.
So there you go. So Whiz Bang was 1 card. So that was 1,600 dust.
1,600 dust, and you can get 18 decks. And even people, I mean, people at the top Legend ranks are sometimes trolling with it, but there have been people playing just for the fun. Top 10 in Legend playing Whiz Bang and just winning games with it.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you very much, Thijs, for beating me in front of all of our viewers.
We're going to do another match.
We will off air, definitely. Thank you for watching. We will be back shortly.
Oh, hi there.
My favourite moment from last year's HGG
was when Amnesiac wearing all-American clothing at the finals.
When New Zealand beat Australia.
When the Philippines beat Germany.
Well played!
What's my favourite number? 30.
30.
30. Pasta? Yeah, definitely 30.
And the pizza.
My 30 favorite card?
That's too much.
You what, mate? 30 cards right now?
I have to play. The global games are all about
National pride.
Team spirit.
Cheering for Germany.
great community of friends and family.
For your winners, Czech Republic.
This year, Czech Republic doesn't stand a chance against Sweden.
They don't even stand a chance.
Spain has a really good chance to beat them this time.
What makes the US such great Hearthstone players?
Playing smart.
French players love to play different decks.
What does Belgian Hearthstone players have in common?
Pride?
To the global games!
And we're live here at the Blizzard main stage. I can't believe it. Video Games Live is about to perform right behind us.
It's always a highlight of these shows. We actually got to see them rehearse this morning.
We did.
And there's some new songs. So if you've seen previous years, you've got some new treats in store. We also had a little go at conducting ourselves.
Did. I think I did pretty good. My conducting skills
I know
were
I did amazing.
on point.
You were good. I was amazing. I've seen, like, Russell Brower's in. He's a fantastic conductor, has conducted previously, and he didn't actually see my conducting, but I know that if he had, he would have been really impressed.
It would have changed the game for the entire thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, you know, music is an inspiration, and I feel like, you know, how can someone play their best if they're not inspired? And so I'm trying to inspire them with move my hands around. Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of passion.
You guys are going to get to see a little bit of a clip of that, of us conducting.
Hopefully. You can let us know in the chat, actually, who do you think conducted better?
Yeah.
Who conducted themselves with more professional music skills?
Music skills, yes.
You're actually good at music and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, I actually did study music in college.
Okay.
Jazz vocals was my... So I did a bit of theory, a bit of ear training, a bit of the real legit music training that you would normally get.
My music skills are more from the streets.
Oh, right.
So yeah, so a lot of rap battles.
Oh, really?
Stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
That's
just
amazing.
Outside my local kind of primary school, you know, just kind of kindergarten age.
Freestyling?
Yeah, freestyle. You know, a little bit of that. It depends. Some of the younger kids, you've got to be careful because they haven't learnt manners at that point. They can be quite hurtful with some of the things they say in rap.
Right.
So you've got to really have, you know, some good self-defense there.
Well,
they can be quite mean, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
definitely. Kids are cruel.
Kids can be cruel sometimes. So what are some of your favorite tracks that you're expecting to hear?
Well, I like the Hearthstone music.
Of
it
course.
Always reminds me of enjoying Hearthstone with friends and stuff. But
very memorable, very, yeah.
Exactly, but
brings
being a
nostalgia.
huge kind of Blizzard fan, I think I still call back to Diablo 3. And they actually announced Diablo 3 at the WWI in Paris. I think it was 2008, I think, or something like that. But they announced it with music. And so just the whole arena went just dark. They turned off all the lights.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you just heard this bring, ding, ding, ding,
I can only
echoing
imagine
through. And everyone just was like, oh, this is actually happening. So I love all of the Diablo music. Russell actually composed a lot of that. And so it's always nice when you've got someone who's composed the music, conducting an orchestra, playing the music. It feels like it's the most authentic version you're hearing.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it here for the first time. And I think for me, I was kind of looking through the playlist, the Warbringers Jaina track. I think that's going to bring me to tears. And
it's a catchy
the whole
one.
thing.
It's a really catchy tune.
Yeah.
I always worry that the Colterian Navy is not as strong as it could be, because all of the sailors in that song sound fantastic.
They do.
And you've got to think there's a really good sailor out there who just can't sing. And so, you know, meanwhile, Zandalari Navy, they'll let anyone in.
As long as you're good at being a Navy guy, you're not a good singer, doesn't matter, Mum.
That's okay.
That's fine, exactly.
You're fine.
Whereas Colterans, apparently, all fantastic singers.
That's amazing how that works out.
And in the Russian version, actually, you can hear all the different versions online, but the Russian version was sung by an actual group of Russian sailors, like literally like in one take before they went out to sea.
It's just amazing to be able to do that.
Sailors just must be good singers.
Just naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a prerequisite or something.
It's an odd skill set.
Yeah, it is. Well, thank you for all the amazing musical facts.
Oh,
Who knew you were
again,
so...
from the streets, we learn a lot of things out there.
And definitely you've experienced, you know, this show several times now.
Yes.
How many times would you say
this
that's
is my
been?
third Gamescom here with Blizzard.
Gamescom.
But I've been to many Gamescoms and BlizzCons before, enjoying all of these sorts of Blizzard fan events. And the VGL concert is always fantastic. And I think game music is 50% of the experience.
100%.
You can certainly...
I would say it's 100%.
It may actually be...
part of it.
I think exactly.
Huge part of it.
It changes the emotion of a moment
makes it even more memorable too, because you hear a song and you instantly go back to, you know, your time playing WoW, or your first time walking into, you know, all those different locations.
Exactly, like going up into Stormwind and hearing
Stormwind
the rousing
is the iconic one. I was going to say that. I just didn't want to like get too specific.
You didn't want to go to Alliance Horde bias. Don't worry, I'm for the Horde guys anyway, so it's fine.
I'm for the Alliance.
So again, it proves not everyone makes good choices all the time. And I think, you know, I'm glad that the Alliance is represented on this stage. It is good.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, because the Horde, we've had a tough run of things recently. You know, we've been going through some kind of cultural changes within the Horde.
Yeah.
But the thing is we're all still very much for the Horde.
Yeah.
And we had the Old Soldier cinematic came out.
That's right.
And that was absolutely beautiful. We had Sourfang, him kind of experiencing the emotions that I, as a Horde, I'm a Tauren Paladin. And so I don't see myself quite as kind of Bernie Tree-y as some of the other Horde members. And so it's quite nice to see Sourfang represented up there and how he felt. And actually, him and Zappy Boy, or Rokan as his actual name is, them actually kind of agreeing together that the Horde is bigger than that, and actually they still need to fight together for what is right, which is obviously for the Horde.
Well, you were talking about who you play as. Is it always usually a Paladin?
Yeah, chiefly. I used to play a Gnome Warrior back in Classic in vanilla.
I'm a Red Pally. I usually go that route. But yeah, I think that's the thing. I also like going over to, you know, different Alliance classes too sometimes, and seeing how far I can level them. And it's just good to get as much experience just to get into more of the gameplay stuff. But yeah, you have like so much more like memories and things to share.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
I've been playing World of Warcraft for near 15 years, and it's by far the best 15 years of my life.
And now you're here at Gamescom.
Exactly, and that's things. I think it led to
Working
here.
for Blizzard.
See, Mum, it didn't matter. I was up late playing video games for this moment. And she's watching with a tear in her eye, knowing that I was right all along.
So. Is she still watching 3 years in?
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so. I didn't even consider that she wouldn't be.
All right. Well, I'm pretty excited. That's such a lovely story. We're about to hit the stage now, and Video Games Live is about to perform. So stay tuned. Yeah, they're already set up back there, as you can see.
So we're going to see a professional conductor have a go, and then afterwards you can see how two actual, you know,
conducting skills.
Yeah, exactly. And you can pick. Tell us in the chat who you think conducts better.
Definitely me.
Hallo Köln, schön, dass ihr den Weg in Halle 7 zur Blizzard-Bühne gefunden habt. Seid ihr gut drauf? So, ihr wisst alle, weswegen wir uns hier eingefunden haben. Der Moment ist da. Musik ist immer ein wirklich wichtiger Bestandteil unserer Lieblingsspiele. Und deswegen begrüßt zusammen mit mir Video Games Live mit Russel Brower. Ladies and gentlemen, Video Games Live! Russel, thank you so much. Thank every single one of you for joining us here at Gamescom. Once again, having a full orchestra on stage is just amazing. Russel, how are you?
I'm great. It's so nice to be back again. Thank you for having me.
Russel, I had a teeny tiny peek on the set list, and you brought great songs with you, great music we're going to hear here on stage. What do the audience have to expect?
Well, now that we've played the Warcraft medley, we have to do that. It's classic. But now, we want to play for you the main themes from all our franchises, the stuff you really enjoy, and we have 5 or 6 new things you've never heard before live.
Isn't that awesome? Round of applause for Russel Brouwer and Video Games Live. I'll visit you a bit later, and I would say the stage is all yours.
international task force charged with ending the war and restoring liberty to all nations. Overwatch. Soldiers, scientists, adventurers, oddities. Guardians who secure global peace for a generation. Under its steadfast protection, the world recovered. And today, though its watch is ended, its soaring ideals, freedom and equality will never
That was so cool! In that one battle, they had Soundquake. Remember, he has, like, chest missiles? So which one's your favorite? Mine's Fusionator. No. Tracer. Yeah, Tracer. She's like, cheers, love. The cavalry's here. Pew, pew. Whoa. That's Doofus' gauntlet. Oh man, they said he could level a skyscraper. And remember, he was all fighting and Winston beat him and was like, Primal Punch!
That's only in the holovids. Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
Enjoying the exhibit? Oh, my time's up. Get to cover.
What are you looking at? Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here. Come on, big guy. Get up. Oh no!
Stay here.
Watch out! Hey! You know, the world could always use more heroes.
alone. Video games live just for you here at Gamescom. And Russell, we already spoke earlier that you have 12 songs with you. And let me just quickly come up to you up here. Oh, it's nice up here. I understand why you love it so much up here, to be honest. And Russell, we already spoke about it. 3 Gamescom premieres, and on top of that, 6 world premieres that have never been performed live. I mean, this is the perfect audience to uncover these songs, right?
The audience doesn't get better than this. Thank you all so much. We can feel it up here.
And I mean, I'm looking toward this concert all year. What about you?
Very much so, especially a year that we can bring out so many new things. It's really exciting.
And we're not done just yet, right?
Nope, we got a good chunk to go, and this is really good stuff. Stick around.
All right, then I'll leave you to it, guys. Video Games Live and Russel Brouwer.
Impressive, Archer. But you'll need to do better than that.
You have no idea what I am capable of.
Good. Because you must be ready for anything. You show promise, Hanzo. Well done. But greater challenges still await us.
I believe we are ready.
It's time to find out.
was not to be. For Diablo's essence lingers in the Black Soul Stone. I cannot destroy the stone, nor allow its evil to remain within the heavens. And so it must be hidden, even from the angels. I pray that it will be enough. Done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished, and you should all run. Malthael. Why? The Nephilim will stop you. No one can stop death.
This was supposed to be the most advanced security system on the planet. We don't have all day. Hurry up.
Enough. Do you have satellite?
Of course. Are you certain the target is on site? Oh, she's here, all right. Okay, you're in.
I cannot wait until the inspection is over.
The door. Sombra.
Turrets are down. I am in position. Sombra, time to target. Incoming, right now.
Chairman Boyska, the new guidance systems. They will be the difference in destroying the hated Omnics.
Tell me we're still on schedule. Omnium will not wait for us to be ready before they attack again. Our first movements in a decade. This will ensure the future of Russia. Just a little bit further.
Miss Voskaya, let's move!
Widowmaker, hold the perimeter. We'll take over. Sombra, I'm cut off. It's on you now.
I'm all over it. She's getting away.
Sombra, status.
I'm working on it.
Look at you go! Fight her!
Volskaya. You have no idea what it took for me to make this meeting happen. Relájate, I'm not going to kill you. I mean, I'm the one that set off the alarm.
Sombra, do you have the target?
Okay, listen. I'm here to make a friend. And show you something I found. Tell me, what would happen if the people of Russia learned that their defender against the Omnics was actually getting her tech from the enemy? What would that do to the future of Russia? What do you want? The most powerful woman in Russia? I've always wanted a friend like that. So I'm thinking, I don't let these images appear on every holovid in the world. And you help out your new friend every now and then. What do you say? Clock's ticking, amiga. As if I had the choice. Now what, friend? I'll be in touch. Boop. Mission failed. Target escaped.
Get back to the ship.
The swarm brought ruin to our world. Our proud people became refugees. And yet, they could not shatter our unity. For we are bound by the Kala, the sacred union of our every thought and emotion.
Ours is a cycle of hatred. Alliances forged and broken. We have paid the price for sharing this world. And we have forgotten what makes us strong.
filled with emotion.
There's still more to come, though, as well.
There is still more to come. We're going to go back to the concert very soon, but oh my God, I didn't know what I expected. I expected something fantastic, but it somehow surpassed my expectations.
All of my hair just stands on end.
Yeah.
I don't know what music does it, but this music apparently,
This
I don't know what
music
notes.
does, yeah.
It's just all of them.
All of that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, you know, I picked Jaina, but seeing this live, they're all so amazing in their own way, and to see it perform
that Battle for Azeroth
live.
one just then.
Yeah.
Gets you hyped, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Battle for Azeroth. I mean, all the Overwatch cinematics, the infiltration scene with the two little boys, just completely blown away. I really had to hold back tears. I'm not even joking.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and it is being here and feeling the sound.
Yes.
That's the weird thing. It's just so loud and so powerful.
Yes, feeling the sound. You know, seeing the choir perform on key beautifully. I used to be part of a choir, nothing like this.
Okay.
This was incredible.
Let's have a look at see how
All
they
right,
get
we're
on.
back to the concert.
Journal entry 1963-4, Harold Winston. Status update on Specimen 8. By now, we're all used to our super intelligent gorillas on the colony. But the hamster, we've named him Hammond, continues to be one of our biggest surprises. Even though he's grown from the genetic modification, we have more trouble keeping track of him than any of the other animals. Somehow, he managed to get out of his cage again. It took us days to find him. I can't help but wonder what it is he's looking for when he gets out there. He's shown impressive problem-solving skills and adaptability to new situations. And he's overcome all the challenges that have been placed in front of him. I, for one, can't wait to see what trouble the little guy gets up to next.
Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, I heard him cry. His words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died, the admiral fell at their amour because she left his side. Why
What there he found upon those distant shores, enemies on the rise. But when he faced those savage foes, his daughter stood aside and buried deep beneath the waves, betrayed by family, to his nation with his last breath cried, beware the daughter of the sea.
I'm listening now. Father. I heard, across a moonlit sea, the old voice warning me. Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, beware of me.
Wow.
There we go. What a performance.
Yeah, a beautiful ballad. Yes, there are no words really to describe what it's like to actually be here in person, but I'm sure you guys felt the emotion and everything. There's so much to this concert. There's so much beautiful symphony and oomph, and to see all the cinematics, and I'm sure the nostalgia, and everyone here. This is definitely one of the big things to see today at Gamescom. It was the biggest thing.
Exactly, and you can this whole crowd here. Just clapping and cheering, but also just everyone mesmerized by these moments.
Taken by the music.
It is fantastic. It's a different take on Wrecking Ball. I've not heard that version before.
Yes, it's the first time I heard that too.
I liked Miley Cyrus's one, but this one I actually think is a better Wrecking Ball. That's what I think.
It was beautiful, beautiful music. All right, so up next, what do we got? We got Heroes. We're going to take a look at my chat with Kaeo and everything about the new playable character. Primeval himself, but yeah.
Mephisto.
It
is a primeval name. He didn't really have a choice, did he?
Nope.
Getting named Mephisto.
With a name like that, yeah.
You're not going to be, you're narrowing your options down.
That's true.
It's a tough thing to put on someone.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, we were conducting earlier.
We were during the rehearsal of this performance.
And I mean, seeing Russell up on stage there, he gets involved.
He does.
It's very active. It
very
seems
passionate.
Actually quite a kind of cardio-heavy job.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that. I'm glad we just tried it out. I don't want to keep doing that.
That's
far too much effort.
It's very, there's so many things happening at once. Not only are you keeping the tempo, but, it's an emotional thing. You got to make sure to conduct properly.
Plus, when you've got the cinematics and the animations playing up on the big screen,
I
would keep getting distracted. I'd be like, this is a good bit up there. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, those were really great. Well, let's take a look at that right now, shall we?
I think it'd be good. You can decide who you think did better. Just let us know in the chat.
Just let us know. Yeah. Take a look.
A new realm has come to the Nexus, and with it, untapped power and a bitter feud for control. Realm lords, factions, and heroes will stop at nothing to claim victory in the mountains of Alterac. Alterac Pass is a large 3-lane battleground that hosts the familiar war cries of longtime rivals, the Horde and the Alliance, as they clash in the Nexus. Unlike traditional battlegrounds, Alterac Pass does not feature a structural core outside the Hall of Storms, but in its place stand the respective faction leaders for each side. General Vandar Stormpike for the Alliance, and General Drekthar of the Frostwolf clan for the Horde. Players must fight their way through traditional forts and keeps to find themselves face to face with their opposition's leader. If you want to claim victory, you'll have to bring them down. The generals carry with them a lot of the flavor and execution from their AV predecessors. Both will charge at incoming challengers, dealing damage, and follow with a whirlwind ability that damages all enemies in the area around them. Should you engage and find the need to retreat, the generals will leash back to their starting positions and begin to regenerate their health. Also note that for every keep your team manages to destroy, the enemy team's general will suffer a loss in armor. Positioned above and below the middle lane are 2 sets of prisoner camps that hold access to the battleground's central objective. Periodically, prisoners will spawn inside opposing camps guarded by prison defenders. Teams must invade enemy territory, take out the prison defenders, and free their captive while looking to ensure the enemy isn't successful at doing the same. After a brief channel on the enemy's capture cage, an escape sequence will initiate. If you can maintain control throughout the escape sequence, amidst the enemy team's defense, and any additional defender spawns, your prisoner will escape and your team will reap the objective reward. For teams that have lost control of their prison camp, a simple right-click on the capture cage will immediately stop progress of the escape sequence, but a full channel will be required to take it back. Taking the map objective on Alterac Pass will spawn a cavalry unit in each of your lanes. These mounted units will push into enemy territory and support allied players and minions with a damage and speed boosting aura in their proximity. This damage bonus will increase in strength for each subsequent objective completion across a game. Alongside the battleground objective, spread across Alterac Pass are 2 Gnoll siege camps and 2 Ice Giant boss camps. The Gnolls will push in a similar manner to the Hellbat siege camps on Brax's Holdout, providing a large health pool per unit and a cleave attack that applies a stacking armor debuff to anything it hits. The Ice Giants function similarly to the Grave Golems on Cursed Hollow, but utilize an Ice Shard ability that will damage and massively slow in an area. Specific to Alterac Pass are the addition of mud pits around the objective area. Be mindful of your positioning, as the longer you stand in these areas, the greater hit you'll take to your movement speed. If you must move through them, do so quickly and without threat of opposition. Lastly, should your team find success with the objective, do your best to push and fight alongside your cavalry. The buffs provided by these units hold the mainstay of value in their pushing power, so make the most of it. Due to the health regeneration mechanic on the generals, retreat isn't an effective option against them. Bolster your push for victory by executing an all-in with your cavalry and whatever mercs you can recruit. The horns of war echo inside the valleys of Alterac Pass. Will you join the Alliance in an effort to control this new realm? Or will you side with the Horde, just like every other barbarous, unkempt brute? We'll see you in the Nexus.
For the Alliance! For the Horde!
Hi guys, I'm here with K.O. Milker, who is production director on Heroes of the Storm. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, hi, how's it going?
I'm good. Are you excited to be here at Gamescom?
Absolutely. Gamescom is the second coolest show that I go to after BlizzCon, so love being here.
So you're stoked, and it's pre-BlizzCon. Now we're here to talk about Heroes, and of course, you guys have a comic book coming out in about a month. So can you tell us a bit about what's going to be going on with that?
Sure, well, I mean, just to give a little backstory here.
Yeah.
Historically, we've kind of avoided the whole storyline of what was going on in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
We literally said, don't think about this too hard. But across the last couple months of this year, we started digging into the actual lore of the Nexus. And we've done that over a couple comic books so far. The first one came out earlier. We've actually done 2 so far. So our 3rd one's going to be coming out here next month. And this one is actually focused on the Raven Lord, who we've been telling a storyline so far, but it's also about now bringing in the Lady of Thorns, who's the narrator from maps like Dragonshire and Garden of Terror. So we're really digging into more about these really rich characters and their narrators that you've heard. You play the game, you've heard them in the game before. Now we're kind of talking about what is this underlying conflict? Why are these guys all fighting with each other, and what are we battling for in the Nexus?
And kind of how did the Nexus come to be? Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so now the big thing is Diablo 2's primeval Mephisto. He's back, and now he's playable for the first time in Heroes of the Storm. So can you tell us a bit about his abilities and what we can expect playing him?
The magic of Heroes we get to pull from 20+ years of Blizzard characters. So going back to Diablo 2, bringing Mephisto in, a primeval that I think a lot of players are familiar with. I've beat on him many, many times over the years. The Heroes incarnation is a really aggressive mage, like a ranged assassin. He comes in with this playstyle based mostly around his trait, which is called the Lord of Hatred. And his trait basically makes it so that anytime he does ability damage to an enemy hero, it lowers his cooldowns on all of his abilities, his basic abilities. So this is a hero that you really want to get in the thick of things. You want to be casting your abilities. You want to be dealing damage to other heroes so that you can kind of stay in the fray. Your cooldowns will be reduced, and you can keep doing damage.
Yeah. And what about his other heroic ability? Because this is his first one, so can you tell us about what that is?
Sure. So he's got 2 heroics. The first one is Consume Souls. This is one that's actually a global ability where he channels, immediately reveals all enemy heroes on the battleground, and then after a few seconds delay, it will do damage to them.
Oh,
so
nice.
This is really good. It's really good either as an initiation technique where you can kind of figure out where everybody is, do damage, and right before you jump in. I think it also slows them as well in that. So it also can be a really good finishing move. So
good
if you had a big battle and everybody's kind of running away and they're all really low, this is a really good thing to do to just kind of hit all the enemy heroes at once with ability.
Nice.
Yeah.
He even has a teleport ability, I saw.
Yes. So this is called Shade of Mephisto. This is his E ability. And it effectively lets him teleport away from where he is right now. This is really good as an engage, though, because what happens is he goes to wherever you target, he can do damage, but then after a short delay, he goes back to the point that he started from again.
Nice.
The downside of this is not like an escape, because you know exactly where he's going to be. So if you use this, it's a really good opportunity for the enemy team to be able to take you out as well. So you have to use it carefully.
So you guys have made a lot of changes to the map. Can you talk about what those changes are? Like the layout looks different. There seems to be that people will hop in and immediately notice that there's things that they can do that they couldn't before.
Sure.
So maybe elaborate that.
So last year we brought Hanamura in as our first Overwatch Battleground, something we were really excited about. It also had a lot of really new ideas that we pushed on it. So it had payloads on it, but it had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So at any given moment, there were up to 4 payloads that were going on that battleground. So we got a lot of really great feedback on that map. We actually pulled it out of rotation so that we could take another look at it. And what we've done really is distill the gameplay down to the elements that we thought were the coolest. It really focused it down to 1 payload out at a time, and that payload goes in either direction. So when teams will go and battle for that payload, they're kind of pushing and pulling on it. So it's not like taking turns one or the other. At any given time, both teams really want to fight for it. And this is creating a moment on this battleground where the payload's going on one of multiple routes, and they kind of progress as it goes on. So if a team finishes 1 payload, the next time it'll go on a slightly different route.
Okay.
And it's really all about bringing you together for these really epic team fights, but with a moving objective. So because of that, the way the jungle is shaped and the terrain that you're going on really dramatically influences the way that battles are going to go down, which heroes are viable. So a lot of interesting things are going to happen in the team fights as you do it, because it's not like fighting in one static objective location.
Right.
It's always moving. So that's something we're revealing here at Gamescom. It's playable on the floor. It'll be coming to the PTR here really soon, so everyone can check it out. Yeah.
And what about, would you say, for the recon now? So it used to be called the Boss, and now you've changed it up where it's a new camp that people can capture and
Yeah, we did remove there was a Mega Enforcer boss that was at the center of the map in the previous version of Hanamura. For Hanamura Temple, that's actually been replaced as the spawn point for the payloads.
Got it.
And across the rest of the map, though, there've been a bunch of changes that kind of support the new payload design. But there was a new mercenary camp, which is called the Recon Camp.
Yeah.
This one kind of works like a watchtower that you're used to in Heroes, but instead of just kind of capturing it, you have to defeat the mercenaries that are on it first, and then once you defeat them, you gain vision at that watchtower, and then they actually defend it. So these two watchtowers that are the recon camps that are in the battleground provide really key vision across the center area of the map, and this is as a 2-lane battleground. It's actually pretty critical to kind of understand how teams are moving across that. So I'm really excited to see how this mechanic plays out. It's something new that's kind of coming to the game for the first time, and I think we'll see if we like the way this goes, and maybe something we could even bring to other battlegrounds later as well.
Yeah,
so.
That would be really cool.
It's been a really awesome year for Heroes.
Yeah.
We're, along with exploring the kind of backstory of the Nexus with the comic books, we've also brought in a lot of themed events and content to the game where, everything from our Mecha Storm event at the beginning of the year, we brought in giant mecha skins for characters, to our most recent one was Viper, where we kind of explored this kind of dark and ominous force with skins that came in for Ana, Genji, and Stukov. But the game's just having so much fun alternating between brand new heroes, hero reworks, and really cool themed skin events, and then doing things like bringing in Hanamura Temple right now.
Yeah.
We just brought in Warcraft to the Nexus with our Echoes of Alterac event and our brand new Alterac Pass Battleground. So the game is just evolving like crazy, getting better and better, and there's never been a better time to play Heroes of the Storm.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Kay. It was great meeting you and talking Heroes of the Storm and all the new content you guys have going on this year.
Come join us in the Nexus and experience a new kind of MOBA.
Well, what an amazing day so far. I am absolutely blown away. This has been my first day live show with Blizzard. I gotta say, it's 10 out of 10 for me.
We got 3 more to come as well.
Yeah, we do.
This is just the beginning.
3 more days.
What a way to start it off, though.
Yep.
At 11 a.m. this morning, we got to see Shooting Star, the new
Yes.
Diva animated short.
And an incredible anime short, definitely probably one of my favorites. You see a lot about her backstory and, her overload ability.
Whoa, we shouldn't spoil it too much. If
Okay.
you didn't get a chance to see Shooting Star already, you can catch it right now.
Check it out.
Welcome to another episode of Shooting Star. Today, we set our sights on Busan, home of the esports champion turned ace pilot Diva.
I play to win.
At just 19, she's become a national hero. Only last week, she risked her life again, defending the city from the Kishinomniks. She and the Mecha Squad took a few hits, but they pulled off another victory. Now, Diva is celebrating with some hard-earned glitz and glamour.
Hey, Hana, shouldn't you be out signing autographs or something?
Hottest spots in the city, eating the finest foods, then hanging out with other superstars. But life wasn't always like this for Diva.
I wonder what glitz and glamour tastes like. Hey, why aren't we on leave with the rest of the squad? I could use a little glitz and glamour in my life, you know?
It's overrated, Taehyun. This is where the magic happens. It's like how we used to stay up late and work on your hover bike.
You mean the one you wrecked?
Really? You're still mad about that? We won the race.
Yeah, and you almost killed yourself.
Enjoy!
You beat the Kishin. They won't be back for months. You need a break.
Oh my God!
I can't stand it, man!
I'm hit! I can't.
Hana?
We barely won last time. The enemy is out there, adapting and getting stronger. The rest of the squad, the country, they're all counting on me. If I make a mistake and the Kishin get through us, we lose everything. I need to finish the tests.
Stop putting it all on yourself. It's okay to ask for help.
I've got this. Really.
Command says we're in the clear. But hey, what do... That can't be right. It's too soon.
They won't get here in time!
The last one's heading for the city!
I'm on it! Come on! I can't stop this thing. Taehyun, I need your help.
Really? Okay. Okay, the reactor's getting unstable, so you can't stay out there for too long or you'll blow the whole thing. Weapon systems
Yeah,
are offline.
the
and,
reactor.
the cooling
We could
system is-
overload it, just like the Hoverbike.
What? Are you crazy? This isn't a stupid race!
I know. If we don't do this, thousands of people will die.
Okay, buy me some time.
Let's do it!
I got it! The reactor's going critical. You have 60 seconds until it blows.
That's not fast enough. We'll be in the city.
Hana?
Trust me, Daehyun. I'll see you at the finish line.
Stay with me, Hana. I'm here. I'm right here.
The city is still in shock after the recent surprise attack. Incredibly, thanks to Diva, no one was injured.
She stopped the Kishin single-handedly, and authorities confirm she emerged without a scratch. She's currently enjoying some time off to celebrate her victory. In other news,
Oh man, this time off is great, isn't it?
What's not to like? There's delicious food and drinks.
Yeah.
And good friends. The kind that are always there for you. When you need them most.
Right. And seeing as I helped save the city, how about getting me on the VIP list for one of those fancy restaurants you always go to?
You know, I think you've been watching too many holovids.